So we have all kinds of stuff going on. We got the tires changed on the truck. We did a little swaparoo from one old truck to the other. He's hooking onto the trailer. He's gonna load that with corn and bring it down to the mill. Not the ethanol plant mill, because they did close. Unfortunately, that's a lot of people not knowing what's going on, I'm sure, in this crazy world of COVID. So he's gonna load the truck with corn and pick up fertilizer. Decided to see what the brakes look like. Well, we know what they look like. We were gonna run a load of corn down and a load of fertilizer back. So these are about the most worthless tires and rims to take on and off. I believe last time we ended up using a tractor and a chain, and all kinds of real bad things happened. Yeah, we had to wrap the chain around it, and we were pulling on it and banging on it, and that was pretty fun. Hit it with a bunch of PB Blaster and let it sit all night.
Put them back on and just go get the corn with it the way it is.
The fertilizer, but yes, that's what I would do. Zip them 5 bolts back on, or nuts back on, and
I'm
ship it.
That's probably,
Because that there looks like about a week-long project.
that looks like it's,
So I think you could weld the coal chute in the other tailgate faster than messing with the axle on this one.
take them off together. Just leave the wheels bolted on.
Yep. We used to have a little gizmo that it would roll out. Diesel fuel's $1 cheaper than it used to be. We can soak it in fuel all night.
If you do like this one.
That's the good old day. Yeah, you just
let it leak.
Yeah, you let it leak. That's the good old days. Is you just, fuel and gas and things like that were cheap. You would just. This is from the days of when we had a trucking. Right. That's.
Back some history, buddy.
Yes, that's from the days of when we had a trucking company and we had 5 trucks and trailers on the road, and you needed one of those. It's been a while since we used it. It goes like that, then you jack it up a little bit more, roll the red plate there underneath, and then you can wheel out the entire menagerie to get to your brakes. Day 2 of trying to get this trailer brakes situated so we can get a load of corn loaded up and get our fertilizer picked up. But Rick isn't back with the parts yet, so when he gets back we'll start working on that, try to get it put back together, I guess. That's the hardened steel for our closing wheels to finish the planter.
I mean, I made it all work.
Alright, there it is. He just cut it out. We're going to double check it to the bearing plate here, just to make sure that it lines up. And it does not line up. So they've got some adjusting to do. So we'll head back up there. I'm just going to bring the little piece that holds the bearing in with me, and they can do the adjustment in the computer. Got to head up to the local hardware store and get some propane for our tow motor. We're moving it from one shop to the other. Didn't quite make it. It was close, but we didn't quite make it. Propane from the hardware store, so we'll get that put on. Here we go. The idea is we have the Challenger here, and we're gonna plant with it this year, put it on the early riser. We have the McCormick here, and this tank has to go on the Challenger. And then we had the Terradisc that in earlier videos Luke and I unhooked because it needed the hitch fixed. The hitch is now fixed and hooked to the McCormick. So we're going to take the front tank off, which is the fertilizer for the corn and the snap beans. But we're going to go ahead and pull this tractor in. The shop, we're just taking the bolts out. We're going to see if we can snake it out, get it off the tractor. Just made the tractor worth an extra $50,000 by hanging that John Deere weight on it, so she's ready to rock and roll. The tank sits there. The John Deere weight makes it, I mean, if we get 10 of them on there, it's a $100,000 tractor all day long. Well, we got the Challenger in, and there's the tank off of the McCormick, so we'll go ahead and we'll get it hung on there.